and welcome to today's grammar game show. I'm your host, Will. Could anything be more affirming? And of course, let's not forget Leslie, our all-knowing voice in the sky.
Good morning, everyone!
Today we're going to be asking 3 questions about
relative clauses. That useful grammar that allows you to modify a noun.
Okay, let's see how our contestants are doing. Good morning! You spent Saturday and Sunday locked up in our studio due to last episode's lockdown. Lucky you! Oh, there's nothing quite like a lazy weekend, is there? I feel so refreshed. How was yours?
So cold. So hungry.
And contestant number 2?
Please, I need a phone. I haven't been home for days and my family's going to be worried about me.
No, I'm afraid we block all mobile phone signals in the studio to prevent cheating. Not to worry. Nice to see you both again looking so well. Okay, let's get going. And don't forget, you can play along at home too. Question 1. We know that who, which, that, and whose can be used as relative pronouns. However, relative adverbs when and where can also be used for talking about places and times. They can always be replaced by a preposition and which. Look at these sentences and tell me how to replace when or where. That was the day when I fell in love.
On which? That was the day on which I fell in love.
Correct.
This is the place where I found the money.
At which? This is the place at which I found the money.
Correct.
A bank is a place where you can withdraw money.
From which? A bank is the place from which you can withdraw money.
Correct.
That was the time when the train departed.
At which? That was the time at which the train departed.
Correct.
Leslie!
Excellent. When and where are relative adverbs that describe places or times and that can be used in the same way as who, which, whose, and that. However, when and where can always be replaced by which and a preposition. The choice of preposition depends on the context, so be careful.
Well done, both of you. 3 points each. On to question 2. We've just seen that sometimes relative clauses have prepositions in them. How does the position of the preposition relate to the relative clause's formality?
The preposition can be in 2 positions. Immediately before the relative clause or at the end of the relative clause.
Leslie!
Well done! The preposition can appear in 2 positions. If it appears before the relative pronoun, the sentence is more formal. This is in a more written style. If it is at the end of the relative clause, the sentence is less formal. This is more spoken.
Good job. 2 points for you. Let's have a quick fire practice round, eh? Look at these sentences and tell me if they're formal or informal. This is the hospital in which I was born.
Formal.
Correct.
There's the boy I got the book from.
Informal.
Correct.
This is the medicine your friend can't live without.
Informal.
Correct.
She's the business person from whom I learned everything.
Formal.
Correct.
And for a bonus point, can you tell me why the last sentence was even more formal?
Not only is the preposition before the relative pronoun, but the speaker has used whom, which is an object form of who, and is also formal.
Leslie!
Well done, Kate. Whom is a relative pronoun used for people, but only when they are the object of the relative clause. It's quite formal and not spoken much, but it looks nice in writing.
Well done, Kate. 66 points for you. It's time for our last question, and then you get to go home. Or one of you, anyway. Question 3. The last relative pronoun what can also be used in relative clauses, but it is different. Look at this sentence and tell me why. A nice long holiday is what I need.
As a relative pronoun, what means the thing which. A nice long holiday is the thing which I need.
Leslie!
Well done, Levington. What can be used as a relative pronoun to mean the thing which? But unlike other relative pronouns, which need or refer to a noun, what is the noun and relative pronoun combined? So be careful.
Good job, Levington. Have 1,000 points. Well, that brings us to the end of today's Grammar Game Show. Let's count out the points. Oh, we're counting for last show's points, and the ones today, and a bit of, and carry the hippity-dippity-doo. And the winner is Levington. Well done. Here's what you've won.
It's breakfast! So tasty!
Food! We'll see you next week where you can play for another prize. And Kate, you've been through quite an ordeal, eh? Is there anything you want to say before?
Can I please just call my family? They must be worried sick.
Well, there's no mobile phone service in the studio, I'm afraid, to discourage cheating. You understand?
Yes, I suppose.
Call forth the lightning. It looks like we'll need another contestant. Thanks for joining us. Say goodbye, Leslie.
Sayonara, Leslie!
Oh, see you next time.